Year 3 and welcome to today's maths video. Today's maths video is for Friday the 22nd of January. In this video I'm going to be going through Fluent in 5 and how to solve some of the problems, and I'm also going to go through the answers for today's slides, which is all about comparing maths. I'm not going to go through the maths too much because that was yesterday's video, so this is just going to be whizzing through the answers, hopefully helping you if there were any that you got stuck on. So today's Fluent in 5. I'd like you to pause the video and have a go, because in a moment I am going to be going through the answers. So how do we work out 9 times 4? Now you could have used your times table knowledge if you know your 4 times table. If you didn't, you can always draw a representation. So here I have drawn a representation of my 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, my 9 groups of 1, 2, 3, 4. So here I have 9 groups of 4, so I have drawn 9 groups of 4. If I was to count up all of my individual little squares, I would know that I have 36 squares. So as a result, 9 times 4 is 36. Hopefully this didn't trick you. The answer to this is 0, because we are multiplying by lots of 0. We have 8 lots of 0. Well, if I replace the word 0 with nothing, I have 8 lots of nothing. If I had 8 bags filled with nothing, I still have nothing. Let's have a look at this. I've got 629 plus 300. Hopefully you could have done this one mentally, because if you look, you are just adding 3 hundreds. So you're just doing 629 add 100, 729, 829, 929, because you are just getting greater by 100 each time. If you wanted to do formal method, well, 9 add 0 is 9, 2 add 0 is 2, and 6 add 3 is 9. So the answer to that one was 929. This is probably the trickiest out of all of them. So for this one, you would have needed to do regrouping for subtraction. If you found that really hard, remember I have already done a video on subtraction with regrouping, and hopefully if you watch that, it might help you a little bit. But I knew that I had 4 and I needed to take away 3. I could do that. 4, take away 1, 2, 3, leaves me with 1. However, here I had 0 and I have none, 0, and I've got to take away 2. So I can't do that. But I can, because I just regroup. So I went over to the hundreds and I had 5 hundreds. I crossed that out and took 100 away, so that left me with 4 hundreds. And my 100 came over into my tens, and I know that 100 is the same as 10 tens. So I had 10 tens, take away 2 tens, gave me 8. And then I had 4 hundreds left. I subtracted my 100 from that, and I had 3 hundreds. So I know the answer is 381. Very well done if you got those correct. So let's move on. Now, went a little bit too far. I'm not going to be going through, like I said earlier, the learning for comparing maths. I'm just going to be going through the answers, because there is already a video on learning to compare maths. So these are the answers to today's practice questions. So Mr. Bell goes to a market. He buys 3 bags of vegetables, so he buys a bag of potatoes, carrots and onions. It asks us, which is the heaviest bag? Now here I needed to look at my scale. Luckily, I've got the same scale for each, from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 kilograms. So each is measuring kilograms with the same scale and the same increments on each, with the same intervals on each. So which bag is heaviest? Well, I know the potatoes are the heaviest because we've got 3 kilograms, 2 kilograms and 1 kilograms. Which bag is the lightest? Well, the onions have the lowest mass because they had a mass of 1 kilogram. Arrange them in order of mass, starting with the lightest. Well, it was 1 kilogram onions, 2 kilograms carrots and 3 kilograms potatoes. Question D. Mr. Bell put the bags on a pan balance. Do you think the above picture is correct? Well, we know from our picture up here that our bag of carrots and our bag of onions have been put together. So that is 2 kilograms add 1 kilogram, which makes 3 kilograms. So the total mass of the onions and the carrots is 3 kilograms. If you look here, he's got his bag of potatoes, which is also 3 kilograms. So it can't be correct because the potatoes is the same weight as the onions and the carrots together. So it should be balanced. Let's look at question 3. Fill in the spaces. We've got pumpkins, melon and pineapple. Now the pineapple has a mass of 2 kilograms. The melon has a mass of 4 kilograms. And that's relatively simple because the number is on, the needle is pointing directly at the number. This scale is a little bit trickier. Now this scale goes to 10. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now that means that the intervals in the middle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the intervals are going up in ones, but we only have the even numbers being written on. So that means the mass of the pumpkin is 7 kilograms. And again, we know that because it's directly in between 6 and 8, and we know that 7 is in between 6 and 8. So the mass of the pumpkin is 7 kilograms. The mass of the melon is 4 kilograms. The mass of the pineapple is 2 kilograms. So which is the lightest? Well, the pineapple has the least mass. The pineapple is the lightest. And the melon is as heavy as how many pineapples? Well, we know that the melon is 4 kilograms and a pineapple is 2 kilograms. So as a result, the melon is as heavy as 2 pineapples. Then we had to fill in the spaces. So Mrs. Green has a mass of, and then there was an empty gap. Now we needed to look really carefully at our scales. This mark here is the mark halfway between 50 and 60. And we know that halfway between 50 and 60 is 55. Now, there are also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. That's the other reason we know that is 55, because it is halfway between, and we have 5 points. Now, the mark on the scale is just before our halfway point. It's 1 before 55, and 1 before 55 is 54. So we know she has a mass of 54 kilograms. Now, if we look at Mr. Green, again, we have the two numbers marked on here of 70 and 80. We have a halfway mark, which is halfway between 70 and 80. So I know the number 75 is halfway between 70 and 80. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 marks between. So each point is worth 1. And 1 more than 75, because that's where that's pointing, it's 1 more than 75, is 76. So who is heavier, Mr. Green or Mrs. Green? Well, Mr. Green is heavier because he is 76 kilograms compared to 54. And how much heavier is he? Well, we have to do 76. In fact, let me do it for you. We have to do 76 take away 54. Well, 6 take away 4 is 2, and 7 take away 5 is also 2. So we know he is 22 kilograms heavier. Then you had some extension tasks. So you had to read the scales and then make some comparisons. So the mass of the cake was 2 kilograms. We know that because the needle is pointing directly at the 2 kilogram mark. The mass of the bread was 3 kilograms. Which was heavier? Well, the bread was heavier. And how much heavier? Well, it is 1 kilogram heavier because 3 kilograms is 1 kilogram greater than 2 kilograms. What is the total mass of the cake and bread? Remember, when you're finding the total mass, you're adding them together. So 2 plus 3 was 5. Then we had this task. The mass of parcel A is, well, we know from reading the scale that it's going up in 2s. But the needle is pointing directly between 6 and 8, and we know that the number coming completely in between 6 and 8 is 7. So parcel A was 7 kilograms. Now parcel B required us to count up our scale. Now on our scale we've got 2 kilogram weights and we've got 3 of them. So 2, 4, 6. So this side of the scale had a mass of 6 kilograms. It is balanced, so we know that the mass of parcel B is 6 kilograms. The answer's gone for C. Sorry about that. Well, the mass of parcel C is, well, if we look carefully at parcel C, we can see that there is 1 2 kilogram weight. So we know the mass of parcel C is 2 kilograms. So which parcel is lightest? Well, parcel C is lightest, and which is heaviest? Parcel A is heaviest. Then it says, parcel B is as heavy as how many of parcel C? Well, we can see here that there are 3 2 kilogram weights, and this parcel is the same as those 3 2 kilogram weights. If parcel C is the same as 1 kilogram weight, then we know that parcel B is as heavy as 3 parcel Cs. Well done if you got those right.